Danny Colville from Colville Outfitters and Custom Tackle here in Hamburg, New York. I am surviving the windstorm. I don't know if any of you professional freshwater surfers are out in those 20 footers, but if you are, I hope you're staying safe out there. I haven't done one of these in a minute, but I do have some reels available, so I just wanted to show you what I got. And then you can let me know if you guys are interested. As you guys know, it's first come, first serve. I'll do my best to get everybody something if they're interested. If you are friends with me on Facebook, the same video is there. You can access it. I'm going to go through what I have here. Christmas is coming up, so make sure you ask your wives and your aunties or your rich grandpa, anybody, try to get them to buy you one of these, because you will have it for life and it will fish better than anything else out there. And thank you for the nice words, sir. Alright, so anyways, guys, I do have some of the custom rods left. These are my factory rods. They're North Fork blanks. There's 2 powers and 3 powers. What's up, Aiden? And I do have some of the Rain Shadow ones left. I have this really sweet setup. It's got the custom reel seat. It's got the tangerine buck cap on there, and the whole setup is sweet. Gunmetal backplate with the Steelhead blue accents. Really wicked cool. My buddy Kyle Mack told me I should put some of these on the reels, but it's a huge pain in the butt because I have to flip them over and show each one. But you guys get an idea of how cool this is. What up, Keenan? Really super sharp setup here. Nice and light. I shouldn't say light. It's nice and balanced. We don't want something too light. I do have a 4-piece 4 to 10 North Fork left. It's that really nice custom red one. And I have a 10 to 17 Pac Bay rod up there. It's a 2-piece, so I don't have much use for it. I was going to originally keep it for me. That's why it's got such a cool lava seat on it. And all of these rods, of course, they have the titanium sea guides on them with the RS rings, which is that silicone nitride. It's their version of the Torzite. Same guides that Blood Run uses up until the size 8. Then he uses the high frames all the way out to the tip. I keep the same style guide and drop them down to size 6. It's not as good for the ice, but it keeps the tip a little lighter. I shouldn't say that. Those size 8 guides that he runs, those are extremely light as well. Not much weight difference. I just chose to go to a smaller guide because this is just something I'm trying out with these new guides and new rods. We still do have some of the Riversiders left. That's the rod that's in the back. Awesome if you want to spend $100 for a backup rod. They are really beautiful. There is an 11.3. 11.3 is 4 to 10, and then there is a 6 to 12 13-foot 4-piece. Really rocking rods. I do have a full stock of custom floats and, you know, egg sack tying stuff and beads. I got all the new Lazy Larrys back in. So if you're looking for all of our special colors, we do have a bunch here that are absolutely killer. Those are the beads that you can take off your line without cutting it. You can just pull the peg out, slide the other bead on through the slot, and you're ready to go. As you guys can see, it's one of the coolest bead systems on the market. The most unique and original. It's not just someone copying somebody else, which happens a lot, especially the guy that used to work for me, Dale. He left and started his own little business, which I appreciate the competition, but he basically took all of the stuff I sell a lot of and started selling the same things I sell with slightly different names. And you could just see how unoriginal he is with all his names and with everything he's selling. It's literally pure copies. So please, if you want to support me, do not support his company. It's called Fins and Fur, or Fins and Feathers, or something like that. and it's just all knockoffs of my stuff. I do have a nice selection of lured beads here. If you guys haven't tried these are the hard bead that is encased in soft plastic, so the fish really hang on to it, and the look of these is absolutely beautiful. I thought the only way to get this look was to have a encased hard bead, but I saw Mr. Dirks has some pretty cool beads that have like a translucent outside, and then they have a opaque innard, so it looks like that two-tone like some of these. So there are another brand out there. It's called Mr. Dirks. I don't have them right now, but I gotta compliment them on their beads. They really are cool. Haven't fished them yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I had one of my buddies in from Minnesota this weekend, gave me a sample of them, so I'm gonna run them here shortly. But I'll get to the good stuff. Let's take a look at some of the reels we have in stock. These are just recently built. It's the newest reels we have. No one's seen these reels yet except me and Tony and his sister Kristen, who is now helping us too in the shop. Pretty lucky to have this group of fine people building reels. So anyways, let me go through them one by one here. I have that first drop back I showed you, which is the orange and gunmetal. I have a very similar one. This one also has a Orndorff tribal trout on it. It's got a steelhead blue spool with orange trim and some really cool voodoo resin. I'm sorry, this is cocoon resin handles and clicker inlay. I have this for some super lucky customer. As you guys know, the blurple is my favorite color. This one is actually the blurple aqua wash, so it's the highest end blurple we have. I'll kind of show you the difference here in another reel, but this is the front and the back. I was going to keep this one for me, but I decided I'd let somebody else get lucky and have this one. These do not have the textured rims. A lot of the winter runs just don't come with it. We decided to do a run of reels without it this time to see if we had a few requests for them. If you don't like your textured rim, it's simple enough just to run a little bit of paraffin wax, smooth it out. It will fill in all the pitting, and you won't have a texture rim anymore. But some people, we wanted to see if some people liked it. So this one doesn't have a texture rim, but boy is it beautiful. It's a 5.35 inch silver trim with abalone inlay and handles. Absolutely stunning. This is the less expensive blurple. This one is the regular blurple with the blue and the Concord purple. About half as expensive as the blurple aqua wash. We have a black on black seamstress right here with honeycomb black and white handles. It's got the Santos Sequoia on the back. We have a drop back in gunmetal and blue. It's got the new Trevor Hawkins Steelhead on the back with a one row of teardrop porting. We have a Shadow Drifter 5.35. And it's got the toxic handles with the silver trim. Sorry guys if you're sending me questions as I'm doing this. It's hard for me to pay attention. Please send them, because if I do happen to read them while I'm doing this, I'll do my best to answer it, but don't get upset if I skip over your question. I haven't figured out how to get them back up on the screen once they come up, so I'll see it when somebody else posts something, but you know, don't feel bad if you need to re-ask your question a couple times. Totally happy to be a resource for everybody. So if you have any questions regarding the fishing or reels or line or anything related to fishing that you need help with, not just float fishing, you know, walleye, striped bass, whatever you're into, I'm here to help. So I pretty much done everything that I wanted to. I want to try to catch a tuna on a pin. Still never caught in a bluefin tuna, so that's one more thing on the bucket list. But I'm going to keep on plugging away. All right. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. And Kevin, I'm going to try to do the sizes here. These are all different. Some are 5 Some are 5-inch, some are 535s. If I say 495, that means it is a 5-inch, okay? So anyways, we'll get back to it. This one is a Oregon Candy Apple Green Shadow Drifter 5.35. It's got the Michigan artwork on the back with double rows of hole. It's got the toxic acrylic in there with the nice silver accents to it. I have a blue on blue Delta with silver accents. This one has the blue abalone. It's got the Michigan artwork on the back of it. I love the Michigan people, obviously. The reason I make so many Michigan backplates is I have a dealer in Michigan. So I'm going to give you guys a first run of these things, and then whatever doesn't get sold will go to him because he asked for some reels. So don't think I'm not loving all the other states. I love everywhere to fish, especially Oregon and Washington. I love Ohio. I love everywhere for what it is. But Michigan, there is the most amount of serious anglers there, and they buy a lot of reels. So I have to do a lot of the Michigan backplates. But I'm going to do one for New York and one for Ohio, or Steelhead Alley as a whole. People seem to get offended that I do so much Michigan stuff, but how do you not love Michigan, for God's sakes? All right, anyways, back to it. I got a seamstress. This one, it has a goldenrod backplate with a Pacific Northwest pine spool. And it's got the Spin Reaper artwork on the back. It's got the double row of holes. I have a red winter run. This one has the Bogus Shield bronze accents, black backplate with the original Nick LaFerrier Shadow Drifter art. It's the Osprey kind of stalking the Steelhead. I can't seem to get this to focus, but you guys get the point. It's got these really cool handles on it, and that's kind of why we brought all these colors together, so it really accents the acrylic well in there. I have another seamstress. This one is Pacific Northwest pine spool and backplate, Michigan artwork. What up, Carlos? And I have a katana razor with the Spin Reaper art on the back, silver on silver with the Oregon Candy Apple Green. And guys, I'm telling you, when you check out a reel, you don't want to just grab the reel and just rip it. You know, you will feel some of the characteristics that might help you on the river, but when you like field test a reel, or when you check out a reel, just give it a little tiny tap and see how it spins. That's going to show you if it's got really good startup, which is one of the most important things. So as you can see, I barely touch this reel, and it will just, there's like no drag whatsoever. It will just spin and spin and spin. And that's every single one of them. We test these things pretty thoroughly before we release them. I do have another dream catcher here. Michigan artwork. It's that pine color with black accents. I have a regular Blurple winter run, so this one's going to be cheaper than like that one. This is a perfect example. This is a custom one with the aqua wash, and that's a non-custom one from my regular anodizer. So you can see there's a lot more figuring in the custom one, and it's got a nicer sheen because he basically boils it in acid. It's called a bright dip, and you get a really cool flash of color when you turn the reel. But yeah, there's this Blurple one available. And then there is this one, which is that aqua wash. And on the back, there's the dripping steel artwork. That is a $5.95. So guys, just to do this real quick here. What up, buddy? Happy holidays. So this is a, let me go back, someone asked about size. This one is a $4.95, $4.95, $5.95, $5.95, $5.35, $5.35, $4.95, $4.95, $4.95. And then we have another $5.95, 5.95-inch winter run in the bourbon bronze. This is a more golden bronze. And it's got the Santo Sequoia artwork on the back. It comes with cat eye handles and a cat eye center cap. We have a seamstress in, this is Steelhead blue. It's got the Michigan artwork on the back, so black and Steelhead blue. And then we have a blue on blue Delta, and that is the Deschutes blue with silver accents. It's a these are all 535s. And then that one is a 595. This one is a 595. It's a purple Delta with the dripping steel artwork. And I want to just show you guys something. All these reels, and none of them are the same. That's how unique each one of them are. So they might be one of 20 or one of 50, but they are all one-offs. They are all different. They're very unique. You guys will be very happy with them. They're definitely a timeless, usable piece. Nolan, I do have Sabres and Bills pins. Come on, buddy. Get with it here. I do have a used pin. This is an Escape from a way long time ago for $250. What's up, buddy? Happy holidays to you as well. I don't know what you guys asked Santa for this year, but I hope you guys are going to get some really awesome stuff. I hope you guys get to stuff some stockings, and I hope you guys get your stockings stuffed. And then these ones are also available. So anyways, how cool would this be for a Sabres pin? Check that one out. Could you imagine? This is in my own personal collection. But this is a blue and silver wash with a yellow splash. And it's got the circular salmonoid artwork on the back. And that marble came out of Lake Superior. A friend of mine found it. And my friend Steve kind of cut it down and made it fit into the clicker. So we glued it in there, and it looks awesome. Definitely a timeless, awesome piece. I mean, this is stuff you hand down to your kids if you have kids. Okay, and what do I got in this case that's cool? I know I have a Fjord 5 right here. So this is a really nice looking reel. It's a 595 with the worm eater artwork on the back. And then if you guys haven't seen these ones yet, I do have one of two. This is the concave Delta with a Concord purple back. Really a pretty reel. And then I have one honeychrome, and this one is in the toxic color. You guys can see that it's like a yellow and green wash. Really a pretty reel. And I have a nice big beautiful tamarack right here in steelhead blue with silver trim. Take a look at that reel. That is classy. So have you guys been getting out there fishing, or what's the scoop, man? I had, like, New York seems to have some decent fish in the Erie tributaries. Like, if you put some miles on and you're not fishing with a bunch of guys, you could do some pretty good numbers. But I don't think it's as good as it can be. I'm talking to guys that are fishing Pennsylvania, and they're catching, 40 fish a person a day. It's just insane, And Ohio, I know, is really good if you catch the conditions right. But for me, I have to work my butt off to get 20 fish, and I'm not complaining about that. That's a great day, but, it doesn't come easy, man. And a lot of days, I go out to catch one single fish, and if I catch more than one, it's a bonus. So is Ontario, are those tribs closed yet, Josh? I'm not too sure what the laws are in Ontario, but I know some of my Canadian friends have been coming over the border now and visiting the shop, which is great to see. I'm so glad that I can see everyone again. So it closes on the 31st, kind of the same thing as the Finger Lakes over here. And I know it opens like the last weekend in April. So that's when we'll start seeing a lot of Canadian guys coming over here, because all of their tributaries are closed with the exception of some of the mouths and stuff like that. I know you can fish some of that stuff. But yeah, so what do you guys see in the upper Great Lakes states? Or I know in Washington they're having some kind of issues going on. They closed a lot of the stuff, and in Oregon the fishing's been pretty slow too. A couple of my buddies did some early, winter steelhead fishing, and they didn't come up with much in Oregon. What's going on there, buddy? Oh, I can't wait to see. I hope you get some fish on that pin. I love the guys from the Pacific Northwest. They're all getting into pinning now, and they're just catching some incredible fish on the pin. It's really awesome. And when I was up in Michigan this fall salmon fishing, I fished with my buddy Bernie, who's got another YouTube channel. If you guys want to check it out, I think it's called SBS, and really some great stuff on there. We did a salmon trip, and these guys, man, using their pin for kings, it's pretty incredible. I like my fingers too much to use my pin for kings unless I, hook one by accident. I'll happily fight it, but these are the reels I like for king fishing right here. These ones are going to my boy Jeremy Ballard. That's my buddy in Michigan. So, bud, these reels, despite what some Canadian guys say, you will be absolutely happy with these reels. These are about the best center pins you can get. There are center pins out there that have more machining to them. They're incredibly expensive. One day I'll take you guys through, we'll do a center pin show and tell with the top shelf and the reels I have up there. Yes, we do ship all over. I'm actually, we shipped about 8 reels to Canada this last week. It seems like we're really starting to get a good foothold in Ontario, and I'll tell you, in British Columbia, we are selling a ton of reels as well. I mean, there's a whole entire group of Vietnamese guys, and they all really like my reels. It's incredible how many they buy. They pretty much order one, and then they end up ordering another, and then their friend sees it and he orders one. It's really cool. So I'm very blessed by all the business I get. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to pretty much do this video until I put all these reels in the case. And once I put these reels in the case, I'm going to be finishing up for the night and saying goodbye. And I hope to I got to get with my buddy Joe and try to make another video for you guys before thank you, Josh. Appreciate you, brother. I'm going to try to make another video before the holidays. I'm not going to do something stupid like wear a Santa hat while I'm out there fishing, but we'll do some sort of challenge. Who knows? Yeah, Aiden, it's been fire over in PA. I'm telling you. They just do such a better job stocking than we do. And they just do a better management job, because I hate to say it, but the guys in Pennsylvania, they like to eat their fish, and they want to go home with a stringer full of fish. And I can promise you, if they weren't having these, if they weren't going down there and getting their 3 fish, the DNR would hear about it, and they would cause a whole entire stink over not catching fish. Guys in New York, man, no one complains or it falls on deaf ears, because we have done absolutely nothing to the stocking in the last handful of years, except we stopped stocking brown trout, and we stopped stocking a couple of my favorite rivers because they weren't getting real pressured. But if you want to, you know, if you're realizing the numbers are low and you stop stocking salmon because you wanted a fish that was going to return multiple times, why wouldn't you make it so you know, there was a punch card where you're only allowed to keep maybe five steelhead a year or something like that? What up, Jimmy? How you doing, brother? What's up, Gabe? So, Jimmy there that just commented used to work for me way back in the day. He's a good buddy of mine. I haven't seen him in forever, but, yeah, me and Jimmy used to steelhead fish quite a bit. I was super lucky when on the days when the brown trout fishing used to be spectacular in Burt Dam. Jimmy would go down there, and he would let me keep his limit because he pretty much ran only beads. So it was I was pretty lucky. We were allowed to keep 3 browns. Now it's down to 1, which is great. But I'll tell you, it's really hard to get roe if you're trying to get some eggs. So I just got a notification, guys, that I'm only at 15%. And if I don't X out of this video, and thank you, Randy, if I don't get out of this video and save it, it won't load, and then I'll be screwed. So no one will be able to reference this video. So I'm going to say goodbye. I love everybody. Thank you for allowing me to live my dreams. I couldn't do this without all of you guys. I mean, every single person, if you've bought a float to 20 reels, I really do appreciate it. This business is very hard to make a living in. As you guys have probably seen, there's been a lot of shops that have come and gone over the years. Thank you, Josh. You know, even the Gander Mountain, you know, even the Gander Outdoors have gotten rid of their fishing sections. And, you know, Dick's Sporting Goods have realized there's so much more money in clothing. So it's hard to make a living in the fishing industry. And I'm doing the best I can. With not, you know, I've never had an angel investor or anything like that. But if you guys know an angel investor, I'd happily take the money. But it's very difficult just, you know, living on my own little bit of money I've saved up and having to stock this whole shop and run all these projects. I'm very blessed that my partner Tony was able to help me out with the reels, and that end of the business has always been great, so I'm very blessed. But I love all you guys. Tight lines, stay fishy, be safe out in this crazy world. I'll catch you on the river. Good night.